Hello everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave. I wanted to come in quickly and explain to you why I haven't been here for the last week and a half and why I won't be here for the next month or so. I have given a lot of time and effort and energy to this channel over the last year. I've tried to give it 5 videos a week and I've mostly met that target for about a year, and with Jack's energy as well, we've been giving this channel up to 10 videos a week. Unfortunately, what that has yielded is pretty much no change. The growth rate of the channel is still ridiculously low, pretty much the same as it was the year before we started giving it all that extra time and energy. The channel is too small to be monetized, so we get absolutely zero financial compensation. We are doing this entirely for free. And now in the last few weeks, I've gotten a lot of nastiness for my Bitcoin analysis on social media, here on YouTube and over on X. I'm not prepared to do this not only for free, but for a bunch of negativity as well. That doesn't make any sense. But I am aware that most of you are still subscribed, do appreciate my time and energy, and I do still enjoy what I'm doing here. I just need a break. If you're new here, subscribe, because I will, when I get back from my break, be giving it 1 or 2 videos a week for Bitcoin and XRP, and Jack's going to be still giving it 1 video a week for Ethereum and Solana, and you're still going to get our time and expertise for free. One of the most egregious comments that I was really baffled by at first was that I always get it wrong, and that in this choppy movement from March this year to current, I've got all of the lows wrong. That didn't make any sense to me, because I thought that I have got a few of them right within a few days. But I think what people mean is, in order to get what they call it right, I need to identify the exact day price turns. Good luck with finding an analyst who's going to be able to do that. And if you find someone who's done it once, it's probably a fluke and they're not going to be able to do it on a regular basis. No one can do that. It's absolutely impossible. So if that's the standard a bunch of people are going to hold me to, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be very disappointing. I do still enjoy this. It's why I keep doing it. And I will be back. But for my own mental health, I need to take a break. A lot of you are saying ignore the hateful comments, ignore the nastiness, and I really am trying. I am human though, but part of managing that is just taking a step back and having a break for a little while. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much to those of you who are still subscribed. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thank you for watching. Here's my Bitcoin analysis. I'm going to go over monthly, weekly and daily charts, just technical analysis for Bitcoin. This is the entire price history of Bitcoin. My early data is from Yahoo Finance. This is the data that I started working with back in 2016. Back from the beginning in 2010 of the price history, from that low to the all-time high, it's very obviously in a secular bull market. Within this bull market, there have been multi-month bear markets that have reduced market value by huge amounts, up to 90% for some of them. It doesn't look like it because of the scale of the chart. The semi-log scale makes these look a lot more shallow than they actually are. These are huge bear markets. We've had another bear market recently, and we're waiting for the largest secular bull market to begin. The moving average situation is bullish. The 1-year moving average, which is the pink line, 12 months, is positively sloped, and it's above the 2-year moving average. That's the green line, 24-month moving average, and price is above all. So this is a full ball bullish look. The bigger picture for Bitcoin remains bullish. I remain invested in Bitcoin, and I will not be selling until I see the end of a third wave, which is what I'm waiting for. Within this bull market, there's obviously a series of higher highs and there's a series of higher lows. Previous to the highest high, the last highest low is 15,599.05. In order for my view to change from bullish to bearish for Bitcoin, I would need to see a new low below that point. But while price remains above that point, the secular bull market, we should assume, remains intact, and I'm going to hold on for that third wave that I am expecting. Since 2021, volume for Bitcoin, given this data, has absolutely fallen off a cliff, but for the short term, upward movement does have some push from volume up to March 2024, the all-time high, and now volume is overall flat. The last completed month is a bullish month, and that has a little increase in volume. At the monthly time frame, ADX tells us there's an upward trend. It's technically extreme, but not nearly as extreme as it can get for this market. RSI is neutral, and it hasn't reached the upper edge of this parallel channel. If it gets up to this upper edge, then I would expect the next secular bullish run may be in danger of ending. So there's quite a long way to go before that happens. Money flow is neutral. I'll also be looking for that to get up to the upper edge of this channel at the end of the next secular bullish run. ATR is starting to show an increase, so volatility and volume are starting to return to the market. Time frame, this is the end of the last year-long bear market, the low in November 2022. This low, 15,599.05, is my absolute bottom line for my investments for Bitcoin. While price remains above that point, I will be expecting I'm going to hold on for probably another 1, 2 or 3 years, however long it takes, for that third wave that I'm expecting to continue. From this low to this high, we had a series of higher highs and higher lows, but now this movement here is technically a bear market because it's reduced more than 20% of market value, and it's been a very time-consuming movement. I'm waiting for the end of this movement and the resumption of the larger bullish trend that you see on the monthly chart, and we're not going to know that's happened until we have a break above resistance. Final resistance, 73,100. If we do see a continuation of downward movement, I will look for support at this red trend line. At this last short-term low, we do have a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. It's been followed by a couple of weeks of upward movement, and about 3 weeks ago, I did say I expected 1 or 2 weeks of short-term upward movement. We got a bit more than I expected in terms of time. It went for 3 weeks, and now we're getting some downward movement. Here's another problem I have with people interpreting my analysis. I was very clear in my last 3 videos that for the short term, I expected price to bounce up probably for 1 or 2 weeks. So I was absolutely unsurprised that we got this upward movement. A few people have said that I got that wrong. I just don't know why you would say that, because I was pretty careful to try and get that right. So if you're gonna accuse me of getting it wrong, for goodness sake, actually watch the video first. That'd be great, thanks. With recent upward weeks, volume is now pushing price higher here, and it happened again here. Upward weeks have stronger volume than downward. There is more pressure to the upside, but I'm not sure yet that lows have been found. At the weekly time frame, ADX is declining. There's no clear trend. The model of stochastics plus support and resistance just isn't working at this time frame, so I'm going to refer to the daily time frame for that. Here's this bear market on the daily time frame. Initially, I'd expected it was a rectangle, but it's got too much of a downward slope now, so I've removed the rectangle, and I'm going to use this parallel channel. I'm drawing the upper edge from the all-time high on 14th of March to this high up here to contain all of this movement. I pulled a parallel copy to sit down on the low of the 5th of July. I was expecting for the short term some upward movement, and I was looking for resistance either 60,700 or 65,000. We got it about 65,000, a little bit above, and the last 2 downward sessions are now telling us that for the short term this upward movement is probably over. I will expect now lows to be tested again. I will expect, until proven otherwise, that this bear market is likely to continue until proven otherwise. Proven otherwise would be a break above resistance at 73,100 on an upward session with push from volume. While we don't have that, let's assume that lows are going to be tested. Assume the trend remains the same until proven otherwise. Now, it is possible that the end of the bear market was here on the 5th of August. There is a spike in range and volume, and that is sometimes how bearish movements end, but this could also be an interim low within an ongoing bear market. In order to have confidence that this bear market is over, you need to see an upward breakout. The earliest indication you're going to get for that is a break above the upper edge of this parallel channel. For the next short-term downward movement, I'm expecting support to be tested. Look for support at these identified areas along the way down. Do not expect price to move in a straight line. We could see little interim bounces along the way down at any one or more of these identified support levels. Closing in on support now at 60,700. When price gets down to the lower edge of this channel, I'll be watching very carefully how it's going to behave there. If we get closes to new lows, then obviously the bear market has continued. I'm going to be looking out for the bear market to end with a strong volume, a strong increase in range, and deeply oversold RSI and potentially also oversold money flow index. If I see those things all lining up together, then I will have some confidence the bear market is over. For the short term, volume is pushing price lower, but it's not as strong as previous upward sessions. There was a bit of weakness in that upward movement though, so it's unsurprising. Yesterday and today we're getting some downward movement. ADX is declining. There's no clear trend at this time frame. At the low for the 5th of August and the low which closed on a closing basis was lower for the 6th of September, there was double bullish divergence between price and RSI after RSI reached oversold. This is what an interim low within a bear market looks like, and not necessarily what a bear market looks like at its end. And that leads me to suspect we may not have the end of this bear market yet. We've got the same double bullish divergence for money flow index as well. If RSI and money flow reach oversold and get more deeply oversold than they have been, well, RSI, if money flow reaches oversold, if RSI reaches more deeply oversold and we see downward movement to new lows with a spike in volume and range and deeply oversold RSI, then I would have some real confidence that this bear market is over. We haven't seen that line up yet though. Because there's no clear trend at this time frame, if we use a model of stochastics plus support and resistance, that would expect the downward movement that we're seeing yesterday and today to continue until stochastics reaches oversold and price reaches one of those identified support areas on the price chart. And that's it for me with your Bitcoin analysis. I'm taking a break now to get some more surf and just find my joy in this work for this channel, because if I don't do it for any compensation or any growth in the channel, I have to do it for joy, and at the moment I don't have any joy in doing this. So if after a break, I think I'll be able to find that again for you. Thank you again so very, very much to everyone who's been positive and supportive. I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much, and it's because of you that I will be back.